Hello and welcome back to another video. We're going to be discussing this Saturday's fight between David Benavidez and Oleksandr Gvozdyk. It's on the undercard of Tank Davis versus Frank Martin. It's the co-feature. What a great fight it is. Obviously, Benavidez making his 175-pound debut. You'd have to think if he gets through this, Turki Al-Sheikh has plans for him to fight the winner of Artur Beterbiev against Dimitri Bivol. So huge stakes on the line here for David Benavidez. He's taken a tough fight against the nail, Oleksandr Gvozdyk, in his debut at the division. Obviously, Gvozdyk's only defeat coming to Artur Beterbiev. It was quite a resounding one. He was down, I think, 3 times in that fight. He was rushed to the hospital afterwards, and I actually thought there's potential bleed on the brain, but it was just concussion in that instance, which was obviously very, very good news. Since then, he came back and fought 3 times and had 3 wins, but nowhere near the level obviously of Beterbiev or David Benavidez. And at 37, it's going to be hard to see what Gvozdyk has left. In more recent times, David Benavidez, he obviously has got some big wins over Dimitri Andre. He stopped him. And obviously Caleb Plant, which is a very, very good win. We know about Plant's powers. So, yeah, it's going to be good. I think Benavidez was struggling a little bit to make 168 pounds. I think that was having a bit of an impact on his punch power potentially. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think he's going to punch like an absolute mule at 175 pounds. I think he stops Gvozdyk on Saturday night. I think he looks spectacular doing so, then sets up the winner of Bivol and Beterbiev towards December, maybe January next year. Beterbiev, if he does get through Bivol, doesn't have too long left, obviously with his injuries and his age. I think he's approaching 40 years old very quickly. So I think I'd like to get that one on, quite quick after that if he does get through Bivol. But back onto Beterbiev and Gvozdyk, yeah, I just think that, Benavidez, I think his hand speed, coupled with his punching power, Gvozdyk, I just don't think anymore will probably have as much left as he once did. I think that the evidence and speed is just going to be quite damning in this fight. And I expect David Benavidez to get rid of Oleksandr Gvozdyk within 7 or 8 rounds. I really do. I think he's going to look spectacular doing so. I think he's going to get on the mic and I think he's going to call for that. Me personally, as a fan, I'd love to see him fight the Canelo fight, but it just feels like that one's quite far away right now. And so if we're going to focus on the 175-pound division, if he stops Gvozdyk, it's a message to both Bivol and Beterbiev that he's coming. And I think that fight will take place in Saudi Arabia, hopefully not long after both of these fights finish. So, yeah, for me, final prediction, David Benavidez stops Oleksandr Gvozdyk in around about 7 or 8 rounds. Does it via hand speed, punching power. I think he grows into 175 pounds quite easily. I think he was a little bit drawn and tough at the weight to make 168. He's a big guy. And I think we find David Benavidez' punch power is back in full effect. Gvozdyk is a live dog. He's only lost once. And at the end of the day, he's been in with some superior competition during his career. So it's a good benchmark and it's really, really solid matchmaking actually for Benavidez' debut. Can't wait for it. But yeah, I think Benavidez takes him out. Let me know what you think in the comments.